Hello and welcome to Broken Entertainment. Today I want to get kind of away from the negative topics that have been kind of cropping up lately. I intended to do a different video yesterday than I did until I ended up stumbling on that D&D article. Um, so we'll talk about Power Rangers #1 by Boom Studios. And I just want to say, first of all, I'm really surprised that Boom Studios, which has in the past at least been let's say agenda driven, uh, has done really an awesome job with Power Rangers. I just got into it very recently, but I'm aware of the previous major storyline with the Shattered Grid and the events of initiated by Lord Draken, and the art is really interesting too. Um, we'll get into that as we go a little bit farther into this book. I won't go too far. I don't want to spoil anything too much. And the whole second half of this book is all plot driven, so I don't want to bring any of that up. But there's, just on the surface, there's no agenda. It's a lot of fun. Power Rangers doing Power Ranger things. If you're not familiar with the Power Ranger comics, it's a darker take on Power Rangers from the TV show, and it's not like Game of Thrones dark or anything, but it's definitely not your cheesy TV show. I mean, there's a little cheese in there intentionally, but people die. There's real bad things that happen to people. It's not all just quietly wrapped up at the end. Um, this one actually starts out with they're going to Earth to try to get help from Lord Zordon from Zordon, not Lord Zordon, from Zordon because they witnessed a really powerful being destroy an entire planet and kill millions of people. So that's the kind of uh, darker that I'm talking about. The artist really manages to capture, and you can kind of see it just on this cover, capture a lot of the martial arts and mobility and physical dynamics of Power Rangers, which I think is pretty cool. Um, this particular series focuses on the Omega Rangers, which is Jason, Zach, and Trini after they have gone to the quote-unquote peace conference, and now they're intergalactic Power Rangers. These people up here, I would butcher their names horribly, but they seem to be doing a pretty good job, at least as far as I'm concerned. I really like the colors. It's the other thing that's kind of hard to capture with Power Rangers. It's always been such a bright, vibrant show, and they do a really good job with that as well. So this is a cover, and then you immediately get, and this picture is not upside down, you immediately get a training shot, and they're all in their traditional colors. Zach is red. Wow. Zach is the Black Ranger, Jason's Red Ranger, and Trini's the Yellow Ranger. And you see them fighting here with a lot of their traditional verbal back and forth. Uh, they did a pretty good job of capturing the characters, and one of the neat things about this animation style is it really conveys the motion very well and the dynamics of their fight, and that's something that not every comic manages to do, especially these days. And it's really cool too because they're focusing on a brief training bit of, because now that they're intergalactic Power Rangers, they have to deal with situations where they might be fighting in zero G. So this is a zero G training exercise. And just some more of the physicality and the dynamics. You see this a lot too, where they will kind of fade away the faceplate a little bit of the Power Rangers just to kind of show their eyes. I don't think that's meant to be like the faceplate deactivating. It's just, I think the artist chosen thing they want to do. But I really like the way this captures. Look at this page, just all the color on it. The brightness of the Power Rangers series, and they really grabbed their interactions really well, and it shows a little bit in this, but it'll show more in the pages that follow. So here they are with their helmets disengaging. On that note, it is more of an anime style, and I think it kind of, at least for me a little bit, it makes it a little difficult to tell initially. I guess they don't look immediately like their TV counterparts. They do, but they don't. I think Zach is the closest of the three. Jason kind of throws me off, and Trini, I think it was really just kind of an older looking version of her, which is fine because she is a little bit older here. And then you see the team back on Earth of the Power Rangers that took their place. And I will say Tommy looks a lot like Tommy as well. But Zach, I don't know, Zach just throws me off. I think it's just the style though. But anyway, they get to go back to Earth and you get to see them interact with the other Power Rangers team that takes over after those three leave. And it's really well done. You can see all the characters in this shot here. Their dynamic is really well done, and the way that Tommy interacts with the team, especially with Kim, who kind of gets mad at him later on, is well done, and they just come across as like a group of teenagers and old friends getting back together for the first time, even though the Omega Rangers aren't really here just to hang out. And you get to see some of Angel Grove again, and then the teams do unfortunately have to split back up, but it's nice to see them together for one issue. It's not something we get to see a whole lot in the original show once those three leave. Jason comes back for a while as the Gold Ranger, and he makes a comeback for Forever Red, and then he's in Beast Morphers again. But as far as interacting with the original team, you just don't get to see a whole lot of that outside of this Gold Ranger stint. And you never see it with Trini or Zach. One of the things too, aside from the art and the colors and everything, the story is really tight. It gives you just enough of a turn at the end to be like, oh, this is gonna be really something. And it introduces tension between the Omega Rangers and their former mentor that can only really be brought about by them no longer following him and working instead on their own and with someone else. But generally, it's definitely a recommend as far as I'm concerned. It captures the visual and the dynamic, and the character interaction really captures the characters very well. Even though, like I said, the Jason kind of throws me off a little bit. Trini throws me off a little bit. It still really reads like those characters did from the TV show, and that can be such a hard thing to do, and would have been very easily screwed up. And there's there's absolutely no agenda crap in this at all. Just pure entertainment, and I really look forward to the next issue. So if you liked the video, hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you next time.